Hello viewers, my name is Vitalis from Brain Sharpener Computer Service. So today we'll be discussing about the CSS and how it helps HTML to style the page of your website or whatever you are building. So we are going to discuss CSS, which they say CSS is a cascading style sheets. This is the definition of CSS. This is the full meaning of CSS, not the definition or the definition. Cascading style sheet. So anytime you heard about CSS, this is what it stands for. So some people do not understand the different type of CSS, and when they, like beginners, when they start, they mess up with their pages. They don't know how to arrange it. So today we are going to highlight some of the things you need to know as a beginner so that you will not mess up your pages. So now, having explained what CSS stands for, we say cascading style sheets. So we are now going to dig deeper into what the different types of CSS, which we say we have three types of CSS, and namely, we say inline. Just see how it sounds. Inline CSS. Then we have internal CSS. I know I'm not good at writing, but you understand what I mean. Just follow my this thing so that you understand it better. So we now have external CSS. So these are the three types of CSS you apply in your HTML to beautify your page. So this, they say style, cascading style sheet, okay, meaning that it helps to beautify your page. If you are working on a web site, or you are developing a website, HTML, which is the language you use to develop it, is just like a structure. Like they just use a building without plaster, without painting as the HTML. Why the CSS will help to decorate it, plaster it, and beautify it, paint it, give it a little different kind of fancy things around the building. That is what CSS does. So we are now saying we have three types of CSS. Number one is inline CSS. Number two is internal CSS. Number three is external CSS. So we are going to explain each of these type one by one. So we start with number one. Okay, we say inline CSS. So inline CSS, let's just assume this is your HTML line, which we say, let's use div. We say div open here. So we are going to close. You know, we are using a static board. This is not computer where if you are typing, it's just expand, keep on expanding. So we can't expand this thing. So what we are going to do is that we are going to manage the little space we have. We will be cleaning and writing new things. So just follow this thing and subscribe so that you get more on this topic. So we have div here. We are going to apply this inline CSS. Let's just assume that this div, say like this, div open. Today we say today class is CSS properties, like this. Then we close this div like this. Close the div like this. close the div like this. This is it. Okay, so now we want to apply color. This today class is CSS property. It's going to appear in just normal this thing, no decoration, no nothing, no background, no nothing, until you apply this CSS. You apply CSS on it before it change color, change background, or take any effect. So, and we say we are going to apply inline CSS here. So, had it been that we are using computer, this thing will expand and you'll be able to type your this thing here. So I'm going to continue this thing here so that you know we are managing the space here. So here now I'm going to bring this in here and say, okay, div. I'm not going to close it this one here now. I'm going to write it until I reach where I want to stop before I close this one. This is static board, not electronic board. So now we are going to say div style. This is for inline CSS, div style. Okay, div style. You are applying the CSS inline. That's how it sounds. Inline CSS. So you say div style, which will say cascading style sheet. You are calling the style here, and you say div style equal to, then double quote mark, because anytime you hear in CSS equal to on HTML, the next thing that comes to mind is double quote mark. Okay, so we say equal to. What do we want to do here? Do we want to move this text here to center? We say text align. That is quote column. To this is the this text align is a variable and it is a CSS property. The value of this thing depends where we want to move this thing to. If we want to keep this thing at the left, we say left. Simple. If we want to keep it at the center, like I said earlier, you say center. Okay, that is it. Then you close this your double quote mark. If you want to apply color on this thing here, or you want to make it uppercase, everything here to be in uppercase, or you want to make a background here, anything you want to apply. After this, you don't need to, if you want to continue writing this thing, what you do here, you end this one with a semicolon like this. Then you start another thing you want to do. If you want to say color of this thing should be, let's just apply background black here. We say background, then semicolon like this. This is variable. Then we put the value of this background. Let's just say that we apply this thing here. We apply background black here. We say black. Then we end it with a semicolon. Okay, it continue, but we are not going to continue here. We are going to continue here. We have not closed this thing. This thing is still running. All this one we have not done it. We are just applying this thing in line. We say div style. Okay, we say div style equals to text align. Text align, that to push it inside the center is a CSS property. We say center. Background, we say black. Then inside background, you know that we are going to apply white color because the default color for this thing should be black. So if you apply black background here, you cannot see, you will not be able to see this thing. This thing will not appear. So we will now say, we continue this thing here, which we will say color, another variable. We say the value of it should be white. Then we say end it with semicolon again. So pay attention. Anytime you define variable and give it a value, you end it with a semicolon. Then you can continue another one. Okay, you can continue another one. After that, there are millions of CSS property you can apply in one of these thing here. Okay, there are millions. You can now actually, if you want to increase the size of this, all these things you hear, you can start again and say font size, and you say font size, you give it any number you like. If you want it to be bolder, you can give it from a 30. Not just the 30 is also small, but at least say 30 or 40 or 50, 100, depending how bold you want it to be. And let's just use 30 or 20 as an example, because we are not doing something. 20 px, which is a pixel. Then here now you can close this double quote mark here when you finish. If you have you don't have any other thing to write, if you don't want to write any other thing, you can close your double quote mark here. You don't necessarily need to put this semicolon at the last one. You don't necessarily need to put it, but if you wish to put it, nothing wrong about it. But if you finish everything, which you say style equals to text align center, background black, color white, font size 20px, that's pixel, then you close your double quote mark, you open here, you close it here. Then inside this thing again, you close this one here, this again here, you close it. So everything you apply is in line. Look at it here, everything is in line. Okay, now you can now carry this one here, place it here, then close this one here. That is div close. That is all. You have now applied your CSS inline of this one here. So everything you say here will take effect on this place. That is how it works. So now we are going to try internal CSS. What did I say? Internal CSS. So we are going to delete or wipe out this one. Then we start